Bungie's Marathon Scandal is quite possibly the biggest case of plagiarism, not only for a quadruple A studio, but also in the game industry as a whole. Marathon is Bungie's upcoming extraction shooter, scheduled for release in September of this year. The game features a distinctive graphic realism art style with vibrant colors and a cyberpunk aesthetic. This visual style has been a standout despite a ton of mixed feedback on the gameplay during a recent closed alpha that Bungie had. Like, the main driving hype behind this game has been the art style. Most people who don't even like extraction shooters or the gameplay for this still will say how cool the art looks. And Bungie knows this because just look at how they've been promoting the game, with marketing a stylistic short film to putting the art director at the forefront in interviews and basically all social media. Unfortunately for any fans that were hyped for this game, Bungie pretty much stole an artist's entire portfolio to base the art direction for this game on, most of which was published over 8 years ago. And unfortunately for Bungie, we're going to talk about it. Fern, known as Antireal, is a Scottish digital artist recognized for her futuristic poster designs, which share a similar bold, colorful cyberpunk aesthetic. On May 15th of this year, Antireal posted on X alleging that Bungie used her 2017 poster designs in Marathon's alpha environments and promotional materials without permission or compensation. Antireal provided visual comparisons showing near identical graphics, including logos, patterns, all the way down to text that is basically word for word copied from her poster designs to the game, including her own name handle on Twitter, Antireal. It's literally in the art in the game, appearing in game walls, containers, and tarps. These similarities indicate direct copying rather than mere inspiration. Antireal expressed frustration, stating that her work was used extensively without credit or payment. She noted that several Bungie artists, including Marathon franchise art director Joseph Cross, had followed her on social media for years, suggesting familiarity with her portfolio. Her designs appeared not only in the alpha playtest, but also on Marathon's own website, their press kits, and an alternative reality game that Bungie launched in April apparently. PC Gamer even confirmed a double arrow logo that Antireal was using in her work that showed up in the game, and different text examples that are basically a one-for-one copy was also lifted directly. Now, the reactions to this on Twitter and YouTube have been pretty strong. A lot of people are describing the incident as unethical and deliberate, given the extent of the copying. Some believe Marathon's entire art style draws heavily from Antireal's portfolio beyond just specific assets. And I've seen a lot of people tweet about this, saying that the entire soul and aesthetic of Marathon, which was pretty much the only thing everybody was really interested in, was lifted from Antireal's work. And I just have to say, after personally seeing all the posts with all the poster designs and Antireal's portfolio and looking at the different tweets and kind of seeing all the different things that were in the game, I mean, they even copied a joke that Antireal left in one of her own poster designs. It straight up has nothing to do with like a cyberpunk aesthetic. It's literally just a joke they left in their texture, and it showed up in Marathon's environment. It's like on a wall, which is crazy. In an interview with the Washington Post, Antireal said she suspected similarities since Marathon's 2023 announcement, but couldn't confirm them until the alpha this year. She highlighted the emotional toll of having her work exploited by a large company, noting she lacks the resources to pursue any legal action. But it's a good thing a lot of people have been coming together in the community to support her through donations and, obviously like retweeting her work, giving her increased visibility for her work, because there's no like official budget for Marathon at this point, but from everything we've seen, from the fact that this is from a company that made Halo and Destiny, a company that was bought by Sony, where there's so much money behind this, and this is their newest big flagship title, the budget has to be at least $100 million. Like, there's no way it's not 100 mil. With the way these people spend money on games, it has to be at least that much, and they couldn't even create their own art assets. They had to directly copy to the point to where they don't even remove the Twitter handle from the artist that they're stealing from. They straight up just copied it, pasted it. You know, they threw a little little color change here and there. It's so insane how this got through. How do all these people at Bungie follow this artist and not notice similarities in their own game? Especially when their job is centered around the art design for the game. It has to be intentional. You know, like there's no way that it's not. Like somebody who makes decisions knew about this. Bungie responded on X and Discord acknowledging that a former employee included Antireal's designs in a texture sheet used in game without authorization. Oh, yes. The former employee that's nobody knows who they are and where they came from and how much they're paying them. But they're not there anymore. That's the important part. The studio then claimed the current art team was unaware of the issue and is investigating how it occurred. This is so crazy, dude. Of course it's somebody who doesn't work there anymore. Of course it's not the art director. Of course it's not all these, like, bro, these assets are visibly in game. Like, it's in the alpha test. You guys all follow this artist on Twitter. It's so slimy. But let's keep going. However, Bungie's explanation has raised skepticism, of course, because the widespread use of Antireal's designs across the alpha and promotional materials suggests a significant oversight. Given that multiple team members followed Antireal on social media, like, how are you not directly copying her work? All these people are following her. All these people are in charge of art. It makes no sense. And it's crazy because this is not Bungie's first plagiarism controversy. In 2021, fan art was used without credit in a Destiny 2 trailer. In 2023, a Destiny 2 cutscene replicated fan art. In 2024, Bungie copied a fan gun design and put it in the game of Destiny. Also, in 2024, a sci-fi author sued Bungie, alleging that Destiny 2 used elements of their story. All right, and so these are issues that have been happening for the past 5 years, basically, almost every year, essentially. Well, technically, since 2021. You know, 2022 was the 1 year Bungie was good, and they didn't steal from anybody, all right? But every other year, they're stealing, and 2025 is another year for the books. This scandal with the art, which was the major strength for this game so far, is now associated with plagiarism. And Bungie is going to have to spend who knows how long replacing all the assets in the game. I mean, they might still try to pay the artist. I think at this point they should remove it, and they should give credit to the artist, and they should pay them, because they were still using their work in an alpha test for a game as a way of marketing the game. You know, it's an alpha test, right? All these streamers are playing it. This is being used as a way to market the game on Twitch and all these different platforms. The artist deserves compensation at this point. Like, you have to pay her. Like, I don't care if you're using the art assets or if you're going to replace them or whatever. Like, you've already used them in a way to where you're going to benefit, right, potentially from their hard work. So you have to pay them. Like, I would say that's a given, whether you use it or you don't. And I mean, it's crazy because people are already going to be looking at this like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And people were already mixed on the game. Like, the only reason I was interested in the game was for the art. That was literally it, dude. The short film they put out was cool. The art design was cool. It looked unique, it looked different, and then it was an extraction shooter, and I was like, why the fuck is it, why is it an extraction shooter? Like, doesn't make sense. And now it does make sense, because all the cool elements from this game are possibly all plagiarized. We know some of them are. We know some of them are plagiarized. For Antireal, the incident has brought both challenges and support. So while Bungie is likely to offer compensation based on past resolutions, the emotional impact of repeated exploitation remains. This case also highlights a broader industry issue: large studios using independent artists' work without proper credit or payment, often leaving creators with limited recourse. You know, these are struggling artists that don't have a lot of money. It is a billion-dollar company that is plagiarizing struggling artists' work. Like, think about that for 10 seconds. This game, like I said earlier, guarantee you, $100 million budget, probably even more. Like, it's probably 200-300, who knows, but at least 100, dude. And you're not even gonna pay for your art assets? That's fucking insane, dude. Anytime anybody does anything like that on the internet, whether it's a YouTuber that takes art assets from a thumbnail designer, or someone who doesn't pay their editor, or somebody who doesn't pay their writer, or somebody who gets anything from anybody without paying them or giving them any credit, it fucking blows up in your face. Nobody likes that shit. Nobody likes that shit. And this is just insane. Like, I think Marathon at this point is probably fucked. They're gonna have to postpone the game. It can't be coming out in September. They're gonna have to like hide for a while. And even then, when it does eventually come out, people are still gonna be skeptical because the gameplay from everything we've seen is like mid. It's shit we've already seen before. It's shit we've already played before. It was the art assets. It was the aesthetic of the game that was cool. That's what got everybody's attention. And that's why Bungie was using it every second they could as promotional material, which is what they should do. If it was their art, yeah. But in this case, it's like, I don't think anybody is gonna be in a position of trying to defend, you know, the multi-billion-dollar company from stealing art assets from, you know, just everyday people who, you know, it's nothing. It's just their entire career. It's just their entire heart and soul that, you know, they've spent countless hours, you know, working on their portfolio. It doesn't matter if some multi-billion-dollar studio steals it. Who gives a shit? Who cares? But obviously, like, I think the game is fucked at this point. I don't think it's gonna do well. I don't think the gameplay was good enough for it to stand on its own. I think the only thing it really had was the art. And now, people, when they think of marathon art, they're gonna be thinking of plagiarization and stolen art. That's what they're gonna think of, because that's what's happened. So I don't know how they're gonna fucking twist this shit, but they're definitely gonna try. But whatever they do, either way, this is a huge question about ethics and accountability in game development. I would like to hear your thoughts in the comments. Can Bungie recover from this? Do you think Marathon has any chance at actually being successful at this point? Do you think this is a deeper issue in the games industry? Do you think it's an issue mainly with studios like Bungie? You know, these quadruple A studios, right? Which is so stupid to fucking say that. Like, that just sounds stupid. I sound dumb as shit saying quadruple A studio, but that's what it is. They're so big, they're so bloated, there's so much shit just in these companies that people can literally steal entire art sheets, import them into the game, right, according to Bungie, and nobody's gonna notice, right? It's either the studio's too big to function properly and ethically, or you guys knew about it. At least the people who are running the show knew about it, and you just didn't care. But either way, I want to hear your opinions on it. If you guys can, support Fern Hook, aka Antireal, on Twitter. Check out her work. I'll put a link to her page in the description. If you want, go ahead, retweet her stuff on Twitter and give her a follow. She deserves to kind of get the spotlight in this instance. Now, if you found this video informative, please like, comment, and subscribe and hit the bell for more videos. Share this video with your dog, your stepsister, and if you're cool, join the Discord below. And let me know in the comments if you'd like me to cover similar topics. You know, we do lots of different types of videos surrounding gaming. We do gameplays, let's plays, whatever, and we do stuff like this. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your night, and I'll see you all later.